Welcome back to another week. Let's get the ball rolling. We have a few things to talk about. And first off, this one came up. I've been following it for quite some time. It's Pretty Kitty, the animated short film, finally out. I've been following this thing since last year. And TLDR, if you haven't seen this, just pause this and go watch it right now. It's pretty short, around 4 minutes. And when you come back, welcome back. This is a really creepy, fun thing. I always saw the clips of it. It looked kind of cool, nutty, a little twisted take on like the whole mascot thing. So my brain thought, oh, so it's kind of another Five Nights at Freddy's kind of a deal, but they're doing the whole carnival thing. So that's kind of cool. It's a little different. It's finally out. I sit down and watch it, and they completely twisted around. And spoilers if you haven't seen this, but we follow a human after he loses his job, and the job was he was Pretty Kitty. He was the guy behind the mask. He was the mascot, and after somebody losing their head, if you will, he kind of lost his sense of everything, trying to get a new job. Cool, nice, but he can't exactly leave this Pretty Kitty persona. As we watch this little pilot, it's like the voice in his head talking to himself, but it kind of pops out. He's having these little visual things. He's playing with the props. He's doing he's having all these moments of tripping balls, if you will. And we're just watching a man lose his sense of everything. Like, he's losing his grasp on reality because he's had this job for so long. And I think it's come out at a perfect time, which is terrifying, because right now we live at a time where it's kind of a gig economy. And if you don't have a gig, you have a certain job. And a lot of humans just tie their name, their self-worth to these jobs, and they become complacent. And imagine that being stripped away from you suddenly. Some people can't take that. And to show the disturbing route, if you will, of losing yourself, losing your sanity because you love this job so much, it's what the cool kids say, a crashing out moment. But to see this turn into a fun, witty, cute, kind of creepy deal with the beginning and halfway through the showing into a creepy, what is going on? Now I'm getting a little bit unsettled, only to end into basically a mascot horror show. Yeah, wasn't expecting that. And when I saw him holding the needle, it's like, oh no, don't do what I think you're about to do. Oh no, please stop. Don't do it. And of course, we get the ending. So yeah, I know, like I said, I did say spoiler, so I'm hoping you watch this. I know we're starting off a little bit strong with this sort of horror, creepy stuff here. A little gory, not too bad. I do gotta give it a shout out. Pretty Kitty by Corey Beppington. And I think you had a group of people. All of it did amazing. The VA work was amazing. The mixing in medias, beautiful. I love that 3D with 2D mix. It was perfect. The transitions, honestly breathless. This was amazing. I love this. A rare thing to see where in the span of 4 minutes we go from having a pretty sad thing to an oh no thing to what the actual fuck is going on. So excuse my language, but that's basically what it felt like. So if you haven't seen it, hopefully you have, go watch Pretty Kitty, the animated short film. Please and thank you. Get on get. And with that, let's go to the next piece of the evening. And jumping off that real quick, this actually popped up while recording. Please check out Crash Taco. They have a brand new piece, a brand new trailer, Moonlit. Congratulations on having it fully funded. Great to see that, and great to see more animations get some love. TLDR, it's a fantasy piece coming along, most inspired by Baldur's Gate and the mystical, magic, you name it, elves, all that good stuff back in the medieval times. Following the path of Lewis, trying to prove himself that he's a worthy son. And there's love and all that good stuff and drama, I'm pretty sure. Please check this out, Moonlit. Brand new, just came out with the trailer. Once again, give some love to Crash Taco. And if you like the trailer, check out their other projects. They have quite a few. So much love to Crash Taco. Keep up the good work. Great stuff. And for the last piece of the evening, we have another gig work inspired show. Not to be funny, it's actually called Gig Work, the pilot, with the gig work channel respectively. Why am I talking about gig works a lot? Well, in this one in particular, gig work, we follow a few people. We follow Will, the main guy of the evening, trying to do his day-to-day work and be a better human. It's a little rough when everything feels like, well, to be honest, well, like shit. And he's trying to, man. He's trying to get things rolling around, trying to be the better man and taking these jobs. And you know, once you get tired of a set job, you kind of just don't care anymore. But you need the money, so it's one of those situations. It looks like, even if it means getting some questionable and kind of messed up gigs, because these guys have guns and they're ready for that kind of deal. So let that be what it is. We also have a Luke, one of the new characters popping in, a bit of a dork, a little lovable guy. Yeah, we're gonna have a little fun guy right there. And then Suyeon, if I said that wrong, my bad. She's the one helping out, the hacker man of the group, if you will. So we always gonna need one of those peeps. And then of course, my favorite, because it has to be, Kyle, the lovely robot working the desk job, who used to be a murder bot, but he's trying to do better. We gotta give him the benefit of a doubt. He's trying to be a better robot. Now, what's this whole spiel about? Well, in their own words, let me read it. Gig Work is an adult animated action adventure TV show. Set in a dark and dystopian world, a group of friends struggle to make ends meet while battling their own inner demons. The show explores themes of friendship, survival, and the quest for meaning in a society teetering on the brink of collapse. It is a reflection of the experiences of Gen Z, millennials during the isolation of COVID-19 and their struggles of work in the gig economy. Kind of what's been reflecting, well, right now. Terrifying, right? Well, we don't have floating cars and cool guns and aliens, or if you will. It's still a really nice little take. I have a feel for this because I worked during COVID. That was an experience. And now to see how things have turned to, well, now where you see it every day, where people don't have the proper work, or it's 3 jobs, 4 jobs, you name it, delivery this, online this, drop shit this, like it's just a lot of stuff. But to see it in this animated form, to see in their dystopian corporal borporal world, trying to do the day-to-day, trying to be a good human at the same time without giving up your friends, because Will has to save his buddy Luke. And of course, Kyle comes and saves the day, which again, very badass. I love that guy. I don't want to spoil this show entirely, because I think most of you guys are kind of in this demographic, and this show is probably going to hit you very spot on if you're looking for jobs or if you have that trouble on there. But it's still a laugh if it isn't your experience. It's a fun little mix, and as they've said down in the comments, it looks like it's a bit mix of the BoJack Horseman and Rick and Morty styles. I see more Rick and Morty just being a bit more derpy and not as science-y, if you will, if that makes any sense. To give these guys credit, it's a very fun. I love the characters. Will's kind of been my guy, and again, Kyle, he's trying his best, man. He's trying. To see them go with like the aliens, the cult stuff, the violence is just right, the music, good clean animation during the fights. You gotta give them props, and you know what? You guys did fantastic work. So this one is not as dark, not as evil as the first show that we talked about, but it tries to give some light in a very sad and bleak world. So if this sounds like it's up your alley, Gig Work, check it out. I'll put it down below as well. It's a solid recommend for me. Again, I'm not breaking this one down because I think you deserve to go watch it. It's a very fun, and it's about 15 minutes long. So if you got 15 minutes, do check it out. And oh, before I forget, to answer the question, yeah, the reason why I'm choosing these job related shows is because it's something people aren't really talking about. You see it in some online videos, but it's still not part of the big conversation. And to see these two groups, one going the dark route of losing your beloved job, and the second one is showing you our possible future, I don't know if it will be, of what could be happening and what some people are experiencing depending where you live, and making it a show that you can enjoy. You could probably sit down and crack open a drink and just have at least 15 to 30 minutes of a good time. That's what animation can be about. That's the power of these projects, the people behind them. It's just amazing to see that. And I know it's a bittersweet thing, like we're watching shows that are dark and not the nicest in a way, but it's still fucking cool. I love this. So one more time, gig work, Pretty Kitty, and the shout out to Moonlit. All you guys do fantastic work through the darkness. Some people make something out of it, and it's even though it could be the saddest thing and messed up thing, you make a project that goes holy moly, and it activates people's neurons. You know. Before I jabber on too long, you guys are amazing. Great work. Again, if you haven't seen these projects, if you're still here, go watch these projects. Get on Git. If anything, at least tell me which one you liked. And hopefully next time will be a bit more cheerier. So I'm done for the evening. Do have a good one. Or like, comment, and subscribe. I have to say that now because YouTube. Have a good evening, humans. Take care, and I see you then.